Hello again, guys. We're still continuing with percentages. We're still going to use our percent proportion, but now we're going to solve for the original number, or what we've called the base. We can call it either one. So again, here's your percent proportion. The percentage goes on the top. The base, or our original number, goes on the bottom. And again, I've reminded you, is and of are generally the words that we see next to those numbers. It's equal to percent over 100. So you'll recall 2 videos ago, we were solving for our percentage, this number up here. Then we looked at solving for the percent. So now we're going to look at what happens if this one is missing. This is why I like the proportion. It works for everything. You don't have to reconfigure it like you do the percent formula. You just plug in what you know, you solve for what you don't. So again, here I've given you a little problem to kind of set it up and show you how it works. So 6 of the jazz band members played at an event. If 30% of the members went to that event, how many jazz band members are there? So here I'm telling you the percentage of people that went and what percent that is. So 6 people went. I don't know how many people are in the jazz band, but I know that 6 was 30%. So I've filled in what I know. My percent over 100, 6 was the percentage, the number of people that went. So I'm going to figure out how many people, by working backwards kind of, I'm going to figure out how many people are actually in the jazz band. So again, we just cross multiply, and when we solve, we find out that means there's 20 members of our jazz band. So all we have to do is plug the numbers into our proportion and solve our proportion. So we have a few examples. 50% of B, and here I've given you a letter instead of saying of what number. That was just to save space. A couple of them I've written of what number. Sometimes I'll give you the variable. So of and is. Of, I don't know. We called it B. Is 11.5. My percent is 50. That always goes over 100. And then just like we've been doing, I'm going to drop my stool. Cross multiply. And then when I solve that, I find out that 23 is my base or my original number. So again here, of I don't know, it's told me of is B, my unknown. Is 48. My percent is 37.5. The 100 stays the same no matter what. So, oops, I wrote X instead of B. B equal to 4,800. Then when I solve for B, I find out that my base number is 128. And yes, I'm cheating and using my calculator, which is okay here. Here I want to see that you know how to set it up and solve for it, not so much that you know how to do your multiplication and division. Okay, 12.5% of what number? So it's saying I don't know that number, is 0.4. So is goes on top of I don't know, my percent, 12.5, that goes over 100. I cross multiply. And then when I solve for my unknown, I get 3.2. So my original number is 3.2. So basically what I'm saying is 0.4 is 12.5% of 3.2. Okay. So here, 125%, fill that in. I know that always goes over 100. Of B, so I don't know what B is. I don't know what my of is 30.5. Is goes on top, of goes on the bottom. Again, we're just going to keep going the way we've been. We're going to cross multiply. And then, sorry, let me close my zeros so you can tell what number we're dealing with. Then I'm going to solve my equation by dividing both sides by the 125 to get B by itself. And I find out that my original number was 24.4. This is smaller than the percentage, but that makes sense because this percent is greater than 100. So that makes sense. All right, our last one here. 14 is 1/2% of what number? So again, I don't like dealing with fractions, so I'm going to rewrite that as a decimal percentage. So 1/2 is the same as 0.5. So 14 is of what number means I don't know my base number. My percentage is, or my percent is 0.5, that goes over 100. So again, we'll do our cross multiplication. And then when we solve for x, I wind up with 2,800. And it makes sense that this number would be so big because 0.5% is a very, very little number, so I would expect it to be a pretty large number there. All right? So again, that just comes down to, you can kind of check it just using what you know about proportions and percentages to kind of see if you're in the right range. Again, if you have questions, you can post them in the comments. You can email me. Always feel free to go back, rewatch the video. It's a great way to help you learn. Slow it down, pause it, rewind, try some of the problems on your own, and then check to make sure that they're right. Great way to learn. If you have any questions, you can also ask in class tomorrow. You guys have a great night.